No, can't even see him.
Nah, it's fine. Well, this is the first video we're doing for a new segment called Hops and Hobbies, where I bring people on and we drink their favorite beverage, and I just let them pretty much talk about their favorite hobby. My friend chose it is the Austin East Cider's Blood Orange Cider. This is not a sponsorship for them or anything like that. This is just his drink of choice for this video.
Unfortunately, it's not beer. It doesn't have hops in it.
No, but I mean,
screwing up the title already.
Yeah, but
right out the gate.
Okay, let's see you find something that rhymes with hobbies then.
I'm just giving you.
No?
Just giving you shit.
Okay. Thought long and hard about that, so thank you very much.
Yep.
I was quite proud of it until about 10 seconds ago. So thank you for that. That's fantastic.
No, it's got to be beer. First one, man.
The funny thing is that I don't even drink beer. I physically can't drink beer.
It's just, I do every now and then. But it's just, lately these have just quenched my thirst so thoroughly.
I mean, they're not bad. You would think cider and blood orange is just. It's not something that you would think that would work out really well, but it's really good. Like I'm drinking myself. I'm drinking a little more slowly because I really haven't eaten anything yet today. So it's gonna go straight to my head very quickly if I drink it too fast.
This is gonna be a good one. This is a good
I'm already like halfway through the because it took us a long time to set this up. A lot longer than I came to admit.
I've been pounding them.
Yeah. He's already halfway through his second one, I think. So, yeah. But, so, Joe.
Yeah.
What is it that you do for a living?
I'm a welder.
You're a welder.
I'm a machinist.
Mm-hmm.
We build armored trucks.
Ooh. Like armor plating?
No, not armor plating. The structure of the truck is actually armor.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we build capsules and attach a bed on it. That's usually made of stuff of lesser steels.
Yeah.
The capsule itself is fully produced out of armor, structural armor.
Nice.
Kind of fun.
That sounds really cool. And so you do that. And I know that takes up a lot of your time because we're currently roommates.
Yeah.
And so I know that you're
50 to 60 hours a week.
Yeah.
But I do manage to make time for hobbies.
Yeah. So what is your current hobby or something that you're doing a lot of right now?
Oh, dude, I do a lot of stuff. You know this.
I know this, but I mean, right now, I know that
I've been in aviation.
Yeah, I know that you've been going and getting your pilot's license, and you got your solo flight coming up, which is really exciting.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow. So you have that going on.
I have 27 and a half hours under my belt.
Wow.
That sounds like a lot, but my instructor, he has 2,000 hours. He's got, 100 times what I have, and that's a fair amount. He's the same age as I am, and he's
probably been flying a lot longer than you have too.
Yeah, I think he's been doing it since he was 22. He's been an airline pilot.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and he's an amazing pilot. He crashed a plane.
That's a really good selling point.
Yeah, well, he had
Come learn from me. I crashed a plane and survived.
Yeah, well, you'd be surprised how.
It's just funny.
He had an engine out at 400 feet.
Oh wow.
Yeah, on takeoff at 400 feet, no runway left, and by FAA standards, that is like the worst thing that can happen. That's the most deadly thing that ever happens in your flying career is an engine out with no runway left. and he managed to bank it around a light pole at the end of the run. I guess it was like over the end of the runway, bank it around a light pole, and hit a ditch that flipped the plane over into the highway beyond it.
Oh, wow.
And he walked away without a scratch. And the girl that was purchasing this decrepit old 152 survived with him. And they both walked away completely unscathed. And that's like...
Was he trying to sell the plane to her, or was he just there to inspect the plane with her and see if it was worth purchasing?
So she was uncomfortable going and purchasing a plane by herself.
Understandable.
And she hit him.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, this is a $1,500 152, a plane that it wasn't very airworthy. And he admittedly flies a lot of things that are sketchy.
Okay.
And he jumped in it anyways, which is...
The main question is, was the girl hot? Because that would have...
Smoking.
Okay, so that explains more of why... Because, I mean, we're, as guys, we do stupid stuff for pretty girls.
She's beautiful.
Okay.
Oh my god. And being in aviation, it just kicks her up that extra notch. And she's it's like, okay, dude, I understand where you're coming from with this.
Again, you do stupid stuff for pretty girls.
Making poor decisions.
Well, I mean, not just guys. I mean, women do it too. They do stupid stuff for pretty guys too. It's just we do stupid stuff for pretty people. It's just the way human nature.
It's true.
So you've been doing a lot of flight, a lot of airtime, and everything. So what made you want to get your pilot's license? And 2, when are we going to the beach in California?
All right.
When are we going to fly to California?
So what happened? What made me decide to get my pilot's license was I was dating these two. Like I've dated 2 girls that left me for pilots.
Okay.
So these girls I was crushing on one of them. I was like head over heels in love with this girl. And one day she comes home and she goes, "Hey, I'm leaving you because my ex came back from Kuwait, who was in the Air Force, and he came back with his pilot's license." And she said, "I really want to just start going on adventures, and you seem to be pretty tied down right now with your 50-hour plus job." So
was that the girl that you bought this house with?
No.
Okay.
She left me for her coworker that was working at a Matrix. That was a whole different story. But this girl, I dated her for about 8 months, and she decided that that this guy that was fully ready to go on adventures and take her flying and do all this stuff was like
the better deal.
Yeah, the better deal. So that happened. And then, like, in high school, like fresh out of high school, I was dating this girl.
Mm-hmm.
That, again, it was like, yeah, she's pretty cute, and I really like her. But this guy came along who's had his pilot's license since 16. She was like, I'm just going to go with him. Because he's
a pilot.
He's a pilot.
He can fly.
And she made it blatantly obvious that she wanted to go date the pilot. And I was like, you know what? If you can't beat them, join them. And I was like, I've always had an interest in aviation.
Yeah.
I just never really thought that I would have like a chance to
like get your pilot's license.
Yeah.
Like that.
And then one day I just said, you know what? Like
now
you were living with me when I decided.
I know we had the conversation about it, and you asked my thoughts about it, and I was like, yeah, like I'm all about either do Like now's the best time to do anything. Our parents waited until they retired, and now they have health issues. They can't travel. They can't. I work in Medicare. I talk to these people all day long, and 80% of them, they waited until they retired when they were 65, 70, 75 years old, and now they can't go do anything.
Exactly.
So it's like, so do it now while you're young and able to, and you're not attached. You have no kids. The only thing, the only real attachment you have is the house that you have purchased here, which is a very nice house, and your 2 dogs. Yeah. And so now's the best time to learn this stuff. You have a good job. You can afford to do it.
I love it. It's so fun.
Now I did notice lately too that you've been looking at planes to purchase as well. Are you going to try to buy a plane and keep it at the hangar? Because I know you can't keep it in the backyard. That's just not going to happen.
If I could land it in the back there, that would probably
maybe get one of those vertical takeoff planes.
Yeah, the Harriers.
Yeah, and even then, I don't think your backyard is large. You have to buy the house behind you and one of the ones next to you. Yeah, you have to buy 3 properties to have enough room.
They would be really mad about the noise too.
I'm pretty sure you don't have an HOA here, do you?
No, we don't.
I'm pretty sure the city wouldn't appreciate it though.
Oh,
they did not appreciate the camper in the front of the house. I'm pretty sure they would not appreciate a Harrier in the back of the house.
Yeah, that was rough. Well, luckily we got that neighbor's gone, and
she sold it. And she sold the house and everything. But anyway, so you're looking to purchase the place. You're just looking for like a single engine Cessna.
There's a few different options I wanted to go with. I haven't pinned anything down, but I've been looking at the Cessna 421s.
Okay.
They have 6 passenger seats in the back, a pilot and co-pilot
with you.
Yeah, so I got it has 8 seats total, and they're pretty plush. Like if there's a few of them going 169,000. They have nice leather interiors. They have wood paneling for.
So they're $169,000.
Yes.
Oh wow.
So I'd have to get a small business loan.
Yeah, that's like a small house right there.
Yeah, but I could fly groups to the beach.
Yeah,
and I could do that full time.
Yeah, you could private plane, everything, fly people around. Even if you didn't do it full time, you could you could do your welding part time and do that part time. Just whatever you have people sign up for it. That'd be fucking fantastic.
Well, and I have several friends that are pilots, and
you take turns with it.
Yeah, it could be basically an Uber.
The question is, do you trust them with your plane?
Well, the one dude that crashed the plane, is an excellent pilot.
No, I mean, after you explained to me, the crash wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
So
the fact that he survived at all is amazing. So he's high on the list.
I can see in a year's time, after if I actually do my traveling that I want to do this next year, coming back here and having a week or 2 off and just getting a bunch of people together, flying out there. You fly out there, and the rest of us pay for an Airbnb. Yeah, because your planes, if you handle getting us there, dude, I will pay your share of Airbnb for a week at the beach. That'd be fucking fantastic.
That'd be cush, dude. Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Take time, you're trading.
We could get to the beach with that plane in
an hour,
45 minutes. And
that's a 6.5 hour drive for you.
Easily. Yeah.
I've done that drive. It's 6.5 hours. It is, don't get me wrong, the scenery is gorgeous and it's very nice, but driving in Los Angeles is a nightmare.
Yeah. So you can, and there's private little runways that you can land at that are less than a mile from the beach.
Yeah.
You can walk to the beach from the airport. Yeah.
It'd be nice. And Airbnbs out there aren't that expensive. I remember I went out there a couple of years ago with three of my other friends, and it was like not even $75 each for 3 nights.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Jesus. That's sweet.
Yeah.
We gotta do this.
It was nice. It was a nice size. It was a 2-bedroom, 2-bath house with a nice big kitchen, nice big dining area,
right,
and a nice living space with a nice couch on it. It was me and 3 girls, so I got 1 bedroom to myself.
Oh, nice.
So it left them arguing who was going to sleep on the bed one night and who was going to sleep on the couch. I think they just ended up sharing beds. It ended up being like a king size bed in their room, so like all 3 of them could fit on it at the same time and still be comfortable.
You're like, you sure I can join you on that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was going to happen.
Yeah.
It was a fun time. And we didn't go to Disney. We went to the Rhine Fair Mall.
Oh, okay.
And that was fun. But we could go to Disney. Like, we could go to Disney. Disney's expensive though. Like,
Disney's crazy, and then you have the lines.
Yeah, we did go to the place outside of Disney, the Main Street Disney or whatever it's called.
Oh,
where it's like not inside the park, but it's like all these restaurants and shops and stuff that you can go to.
Yeah.
We did go to that, and I'm sorry, I am not spending $35 on a freaking burger again. It's not happening. It's just no. Like I saw that and I'm like, this better be one good burger. Don't get me wrong, it was a good burger, but it was $35 just for the burger.
Yeah. Well, ever since I've kind of picked up cooking a little bit here and there.
When?
I'm at my parents' house.
Okay. I was gonna say you're not cooking here. Like
my parents' kitchen is like 2.5 times the size of this kitchen, and they have gadgets. Yeah. And they have they stock up on meat. They make sure that they're constantly.
I do admit I love cooking in my mom's kitchen.
Yeah.
She has one of those stoves.
Like, I hate this kitchen, dude. I cannot.
I mean, I think if you replace the stove with something a little more high tech.
Well, I was gonna put gas in. I was gonna put a propane stove in.
That's right. This is an electric grill.
Yeah.
But no, like the one my mom has, she got specifically because kids were coming over.
Uh-huh.
It's an induction heating. So she only cooks with cast iron now.
Yeah, that's cool.
But if you pull off the pan, it could be on full blast. She pulls off the pan and can put her hand on it right away, and it doesn't burn her because it instantly shuts off as soon as there's no pan right there. There's no residual heat. So so she doesn't have to worry about the kid. Like when the kids were little, this was 70 years ago when the kids were still like little and such.
Right.
And she was just worried about them, coming up if she had a gas grill or something, like the everything still being hot up there,
right?
And, like reaching up and touching and burning themselves. But no, like, dude, you can easily remodel this kitchen the way you want it to be.
Yeah. Well, the reason I haven't is because I'm a single dude, and if I find a girl that I really want to settle down with, I want her to have a say in the way things go around here. Just make her help her feel at home,
mm-hmm.
And then not only that, but it just ends up being just an all around better space for a couple.
Yeah.
And because my taste, I told Max's girlfriend about what I wanted to do with this, and she was like, "You're a single guy. Like, that's fucking dumb." I told her, I was like, I want to put some wallpaper up in the back, and she goes, "What kind of wallpaper do you want?" I go, "I'm thinking chickens," and she goes,
Wallpaper?
Wallpaper. Yeah.
What are we in the 1950s?
They're so cool. See, that's why I can't remodel my kitchen. Put chicken wallpaper, chicken and roosters with little eggs.
See, I think what would be even cooler is if you got, because there's stencils that you can get, that you can just like put in sections and just like paint.
Stencils?
Yeah.
What is this, the 90s?
It's better than the 1950s. You put chickens on your wall. By all means, put chickens on your wall. But I mean,
yeah. So neither of us can remodel a kitchen without
I was just going by what you said you wanted. I would not do that in this house. Like personally, like I would have repainted all the walls already.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, the green's very nice, the red's very nice, but it's like you got 4 different colors in here, dude.
I have had more comments on that big red wall.
I love that big red wall. It's amazing.
Yeah, I haven't touched this place with a paintbrush at all. So
it's like honestly,
this is the elderly couple
that was right now. Looking at it like this, it looks like a traffic light. Because that's kind of like a yellowish cream right there. So it's red, yellow, green.
Yeah.
You got traffic. You need it. No. What you need to do is you need to get some sort of like decent yellow paint and just paint that wall yellow and just see how many people recognize. Just for shits and giggles until you find a girl and you actually want to remodel, just to see how many people recognize the pattern of traffic light.
Yeah.
I mean that would be a cool talking point. Anyway,
that's terrible.
So that's something that I would do if it was my house. But I'm
talking points in here.
Yeah. Anyway, so you've been we got sidetracked way off topic. But so you gained your pilot's license. What other? I know you were trying out a couple other things that you were doing that you liked. I know you were doing some martial arts for a while. And and stuff.
Well, I've tried several. A few of them are really cool. Like I've done sword fighting.
Yeah.
With the HEMA Academy, the Historical English Martial Arts.
Yeah.
And they are some really good people. I mean, I'm sure you've seen them out at the Run Fair.
Yeah, I've dealt not specifically with human people, but I've dealt with people who do that, and they're all fantastic people.
Well,
they're super nice.
The guys that I was working with were specifically called Mordhau, and then they're a part of the HEMA Academy. So it's like all of America. If you're doing historical martial arts, like English martial arts, they're part of that. Okay. And then they have their own little sects.
Yeah.
So they...
Just like there's one specific martial art, like Kung Fu is a type of martial, it's like excuse me. It's a blanket statement of martial arts, and then you got your different types of Kung Fu.
Yes. I suppose. I think that's right. But yeah. So I did that for about a year, and I was okay. I could do cutting, but I don't know why I fell out of it. I kept getting my ass whooped, and
that's how you get better.
Well, I mean, sure, but I was also they were coming in and getting their fingers broken like constantly. And I was like, dude, I really have to like use my hands for other things, so I can't be breaking my hands every weekend.
Makes sense.
And I got 3 injuries in my hands, and I was like, I'm gonna shy away from this. And then
that makes sense. You have, like, with your job, you have to have a steady hand. You build stuff with your hands. What you do relies heavily on what you can do with your hands, so that makes sense that you wouldn't want to damage them. In any way.
Yeah. So I started shying away from that, and I tried Krav Maga. I did the trial run of that, and that is literally everybody in there is over 6 foot. And just jacked. Man, they are full blown. And they're like, all right, so this situation, you're going to be up against 4 guys, and they're all going to just tag team you and you got to push them off and start. So I was like, just getting beat up just constantly. And then I got into Toshindo. That was one of the. It's like they call it like stand-up jujitsu, and you do striking, and you do a little bit of ground play, and then they incorporate more like useful things, like reaching out and like from a long distance and grabbing something.
Yeah.
So if you see something falling off a counter, and you can reach out and grab it.
Reflexes.
Yeah, you practice that. It was really interesting. It was also expensive, and I wanted to go do something else. So
Makes sense.
Like I feel bad that I couldn't continue to do that, but the instructors that were doing the actual Toshindo portion left. Yeah, and the rest of the instructors were like strictly jujitsu, which is all groundwork.
Yeah, no, I've done jujitsu a couple of times. It's rough. I had a friend that did it, and she was really good at it. And just watching the videos of her husband doing it was like they were fighting like 4 or 5 different people. They were just rolling all over the floor, just pulling people down on the ground and like pinning them, and then like getting up and throwing them on the ground and pinning them down again, and just it's crazy.
It's a lot.
I mean, I did Taekwondo and Aikido when I was younger, and that's more
Keto. That's disarming.
No, Hepkido is pressure points, and getting out of situations like if you're taking someone's hand, they won't let you go.
Yeah.
Knowing how to do a pressure point on the thumb to get them to let go, and then get them into a lock to keep them from doing anything else.
Right.
So it's all about pressure points and locks.
I know we learned a lot of the like twisting your wrist techniques and how to like spin it around and get people to go like want to either go on their knees or break their fucking wrist.
Yeah. The one that I mainly remember is the handshaking one, because I feel like that's the most important one.
Yeah.
But it's literally just you push the knuckle to make their thumb release, and then you grab their wrist and you bend their arm, and then you just like pin their arm behind them with them bent over in front of you, and you can either let them go or you can shove their face in the ground.
Yeah.
And whatever you're feeling like, depending on how badly they insulted you. So, but I feel like this was a very good first episode. We've hit our time mark, and we're
28 minutes.
Yeah.
19, 20.
Yeah. I was hoping for at least 20 to 30 minutes. So and you did good. This is my friend Joe. He's really my roommate as well. So we're gonna try to get more of this stuff going on. At least I am. And
maybe we can get Max on.
Yeah, get him on and talk about his black and pancakes.
Black and pancakes and chemistry, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know what.
Chemistry.
Yeah.
I wasn't even yeah. That's
yeah. No,
I'm actually surprised this show hasn't blown up yet. To be quite honest.
Oh no, it has.
I mean, like,
it has. there has been a.
You're making me happy that my bedroom is almost the furthest away from.
Well, he's done now. I went out there the other day and it's all cleaned up.
Okay.
I'm like, hey dude, you're done with your chemistry? And he's like, oh, I'm done with that shit. That's like, okay, cool.
Overall, so I don't want to give him a lot of shit, but he's actually been one of the better roommates I've had in the year.
Oh yeah, he's out all the time. He's the roommates I like are the ones that are gone all the time.
So not me, because I'm literally here all the time because I work from home.
I have had one roommate. he would literally just show up to pay me and then be gone. and like even then half the time he just put money on that whiteboard there, and I would just complete utter silence, never see him. So
I had a rule that I'm pretty sure had a chemistry experiment in his bathroom. And I say that because he would come out in full PPE gear, like a guy from Breaking Bad, Walter White.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you doing there? Cleaning.
Yeah, like,
in full PPE gear.
You were cleaning yesterday and the day before. Like,
alrighty then. Yeah.
I guess the bathroom's clean. I'm gonna go take a shower. No.
But yeah, he was also like, he never cleaned up after himself. Like, he'd make a full thing of hamburger hopper, eat half of it out of the pan, and then let it sit there.
Yeah.
For weeks, and then get mad at me when I didn't clean it because we would get bugs.
You ever seen that picture online? They have, it's like a pot of spaghetti that has grown what looks to be grass. Dude, crazy. Crazy. It looks like a well-groomed head of grass. Like, perfect.
So that's why, like, my room can get trashed sometimes, but it's all paper and, like, cardboard. Like, I don't leave food in my room. Or I try to leave food out at all because I hate bugs.
Yeah.
I hate getting them. I hate getting the flies. It's awful. But I do generally have a lot of paper bags and stuff from eating out. It's just easier. Like, it's just easier. But anyway. Well, I hope you enjoyed this first episode of Hops and Hobbies. Even though we were drinking something with hops in it, I hope you'll forgive me for that. But
not happening.
Nobody asked you. You're done. But yeah, absolutely like and subscribe down below, and we'll try to get more of these up. Right now it's going to be a little sporadic until I get more people lined up that want to try this, but we will. I'll definitely get more people. I keep saying we, but I'll definitely get more people up there and everything, and see what we can do about getting different hobbies and such up here. I know I have some friends that are into cosplay, some that are into rent fair, some that are into music, and the whole thing is just to get someone up here that they don't get to talk about their hobbies very much, because as a society, it's we've conditioned ourselves that if we get excited about something, we start talking about it, and we get and then there's this, and then there's this, and we get super excited, and then we feel bad because we feel like that we are being annoying because somewhere in our life someone told us to shut up.
Yeah.
And to not talk about it.
Oh, I've had that.
And so we feel bad. So when we start getting that voice is back there, and we're like, oh, I'm sorry, I must be annoying you. And that's
I get that when I talk about welding. I've had many parties where somebody goes, all right, we get it, you're a welder. I'm like, cool.
Yeah. and that's what I want to try to get past on this and everything, because I love listening to people get excited about things. I love listening to them talk about things that they're excited, even if it's not something that I know a lot about or something that's particularly interesting.
Oh, you learn so much.
Yeah, you learn a lot about them. Like, I can sit here and talk for an hour about pirates. Not everyone appreciates that. Not everyone likes that because they just don't care.
Well, you got a lot of interesting information on it too.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to go and get a pirate episode in.
Maybe. Yeah, we'll do another one, and it'll be my turn to do it. Because there's a lot of things that I have a lot of eclectic knowledge, from pirates to Halo to Star Wars to Star Trek to Fable, the video game, to Warcraft. Like, I could go on about all that stuff. The Marvel Universe, DC Universe. I could, I don't know as much as some people.
Your pop culture knowledge.
Yeah, my pop culture knowledge is really up there. But I also know a lot about horses because I grew up around horses, and I used to train horses. I don't know if I ever told you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your mom was.
My mom rescues horses.
Yeah, she rescues and.
And she rescues and retrains them.
Yeah.
And I used to help retrain from the time I was 13 till after I was 22. I helped her retrain horses. The last one I retrained was a Halflander. He was a stubborn, bull-headed, because they have a Arabian, and it has Arabian in him, and they're super stubborn. And that's the thing, is I could go on and on about the different types of horses, how you train them, what you need to do, the ones that you require a softer hand, the ones that require you to assert, because there are some breeds that you have to assert dominance over them, or else they're just going to walk all over you. They're not going to listen to what you have. They're not going to listen to you. They're not going to do what you want them to do. And then there are others that if you do those same tactics with them, they are going to be terrified of you. They're not going to want to do it for fear of messing up because they don't want to be punished.
Right.
And so, I can do that. I could talk about dogs. I could talk about any sorts of animals. I could, I have a lot of weird knowledge that not a lot of people know, or that they do know, but it's it's something they can't talk about. But I like learning more about stuff. My brothers were into aviation for a while. They tried to get their pilot's license.
Yeah.
Two of my uncles had their pilot's license. My grandfather was in the Air Force. So I know a decent amount about aviation, but not nearly as much as you probably do. So.
Yeah. Well, I'll teach you here and there especially when I'm doing when I can actually get my pilot's license and take you up and we can go flying somewhere.
Sounds good.
I can plan a trip and I can show you all about it.
Perfect. Hey, man.
Right on.
Thank you for coming on. I'm gonna get this uploaded here. So all these videos are just gonna be uploaded raw. I'm not gonna do any editing. I'm not gonna do anything for them. They're just gonna be straight up me having a conversation with people. So you're going to do with pauses, me saying, the occasional swear word and stuff like that.
This crazy lighting we have.
Yeah, crazy lighting we have, which we could probably fix at some point. Sometimes the table shakes because the table's not fully sturdy, and sometimes it shakes a little bit, which causes the camera to shake. But
we'll make sure to upgrade as we go.
Maybe we'll see.
Or
depends on how popular it is. Depends on how popular it is. If it gets popular and people actually start liking this stuff, then yeah, we'll do that.
Excellent.
But we're gonna stop rambling here, and you have a great rest of your day. And tune in next time for the next guest.